Daylight is coming out. Daylight is coming out. Beautiful. Is it Wednesday today? It is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Yep. It is Wednesday morning. And what number am I on this morning? On this journey. Is today marathon number 80? Or something like that. Yeah, maybe marathon number 80 is where I'm on this morning. Yes. Marathon number 80. Oh my goodness. Yep, marathon number 80 is where I'm on this morning. Wow. So it is that time of the morning. Look at that beautiful, beautiful sky right there. As I just I like that sun that's trying to rise behind there. So that sun right there is absolutely amazing. The beautiful sky. So it is that time of the morning already. What a beautiful, beautiful day it is. Man, I gotta say this to my who do I say this? To my what I call families at Unity Nut. I gotta give it thank you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. So it's just been one of those mornings already for me. My alarm actually went up at 3 o'clock today. I was meant to get up at like 2:30. But 3 o'clock, I'm like, oh, biscuit. I was cussing too. Biscuit, mother chicken. Biscuit of the biscuit. You got to be kidding me. The alarm went up already. But yes, that sun. So it's another beautiful day. And that sun is just looking at that sky just the way it is. Absolutely amazing. And to my left right here. So when I woke up this morning, as usual, I've been doing a lot of deep breathing into myself. Then I've been coming into different routes to just do this movement thing. So a lot of deep breathing, push-ups, and what I call reading meditation, where I just sit down there, breathe for a couple of minutes, then go back, then actually sit down. So it's pretty much just breathing heavy into the body. And the uniqueness about this type of thing is awakening the body in the morning, especially very in the morning, and you truly breathe into it, because I do a couple of push-ups, so when I get tired I really breathe into the body. It isn't about how much push-ups you can do, but it's actually how well you do them. Woo, look at the sky spinning around. I'm loving the sky right now, just looking at it. So it's actually how well you do them. It isn't how fast, but it's just meditative, just moving very slowly. That's how I actually start my day every morning. I get that sweating, move the spine. And usually when I get to 100 push-ups, the first thing I write down is thank you. That's what I do when I get to 100 push-ups. So I haven't been doing like 300-400 before leaving in the morning, but that's what I need to get. It just depends on the time. Yes, that's the first thing I write down every morning. I just say thank you. I thought I was a snake for a minute. I just say thank you. And as you can see, look at this daylight as it's coming bit by bit too. Because it's a beautiful day. Look at that. It's going to be a beautiful day today. I already know that. So as I move and ponder my feet, drink all the beautiful waters that I got around me, embrace Mother Earth. So I almost feel like on top of the world already. I like to get up very early. I've done it for a long time. It has really helped me through a lot of emotional disturbance or a lot of difficulties. It's just I remember when I was going through a divorce and all that kind of beautiful things. Because I know a lot of people, when they hear the word divorce, it brings a certain emotion. But for me, it was all beautiful because I believe in non-attachment. So when you truly care about somebody, when they're telling you they are leaving you, you don't try to stop them, you let them go. Because that's the true essence of love, non-attachment. And I know it sounds crazy, that's what I did. I dealt with the emotion. Don't get me wrong, I did a lot of, I don't even know whether I was crying and eating a lot of grapes. But I did practice that non-attachment. I ate a lot of grapes in the night, because for me I was very lucky. So most people, they will cry and go to bed, either drinking or doing some form of. But for me, I was so lucky, so I just cry myself. I call it a crying meditation. Just go to sleep with the grapes in my mouth, and the only good thing is I wake up the bathroom. So that's how I was able to get over it. And after running a couple of miles, I literally got over that whole emotion one morning when I went out and just run 62 miles. After running 62 miles that day, I was angry when I was doing it, but I did manage to get to 62 miles that day, and I knew it was over. So all I had to do, run 62 miles, and I got over that relationship, just like that. It's so crazy, I never looked back again. Okay, that's it. That's all you gotta do, just go out and run 62 miles, and voila, it's done. And when I say this, a lot of people look at me crazy, but it's just, that's how, because that's a lot of time to think. Because I remember that day I was out for like 12 hours. And after 12 hours of thinking and realizing my own fault. And so literally during all those runs, I was able to ponder on my wrongdoing. Because it doesn't matter what relationship we're in, we tend to play the victim game. So for me, during that 62 miles, I did a lot of, oops, my bad. So, and that's just it for me. Boom, it was over. So yes, and the whole thing about it is the aftermath of a divorce sometimes can be very tough. And I would say to people, when you're going through stuff like that, it is the time to actually stay in your own lane, stay centered. I always tell people that's not the time to drink, that's not the time to smoke. As a matter of fact, that's not even the time to have sex. So what I did to handle my emotion, I just stick to my diet and practice celibacy. Because through celibacy, you are able to see things that you've done wrong. Because like everyone else, I usually jump from one bedroom to the next. That was my lifestyle. I don't regret it. I love it. It was fun. But when you started to have a certain practice and you started doing things very well, I wouldn't say very well, just rhyme with your own nature. So yes, and the whole celibacy period was the hardest thing that I've ever done, because oh Lord, oh biscuit mercy. Because the loneliness does kick in, a lot of loneliness, and I'll tell you what, I love this life. Marriage, absolutely amazing. That's why I really give it to people that actually stay in a marriage and make it work. So for me, I guess that's one of the skills I got to learn. I just wasn't good at it. That's the way I look at it. I just wasn't good at it. Because my son's mother, beautiful young lady. beautiful young lady. So, and I always say this, that the only reason why we get hurt in relationships is because most of the things that we did during that relationship was because we wanted something in return. When one begins to practice doing something without wanting anything in return, you'll be amazed. You'll be truly, truly amazed. So the only feelings that I felt that was hurt, it wasn't because of the young lady. It was because of me. And those are the things that I love to think about when I'm doing this jogs in the morning, doing the meditation, writing things down. I get to deal with a lot of reality. Then there's another thing that I was also thinking of this morning, because I don't think situation defines who we are. And it might sound, certain situations, there's some situations that will really, really touch you, losing a loved one, but the way that nature designed us, we still have that strength, to kind of put through, because losing a loved one is extremely, extremely one of those things that a lot of us, we just don't know how to deal with it. It's very easy for people to just talk about it and say, yes, this will happen, but So that being said, another thing also is I don't think being poor or being rich define my emotions. Like, literally, don't get me wrong. I would love to have my favorite car, which is the QX80, and drive it around. I would love to drive that car. I would love to live in a big house. But at the end of the day, being rich or being poor just doesn't fully define who I am. And I think is a lot of time people might look at it to be funny, and that's what I always say to people: when you go through hard times, especially when you have to go through a hard time and you lose all your money, when you really, really face it without doing other things like trying to numb yourself, what you call loss is actually gain. The only reason why we are so afraid of losing things is because we truly believe it has a lot to do with our mental being, but it just doesn't. Because once you experience those type of things, your mind becomes off of joy and you think very highly, because the only way to deal with what people call poverty, which I see as abundance, is via thinking big. I think big all the biscuit time. So yes, that's what I sort of thinking of this morning as I go on this easy 26-mile meditative jog. And the goal is actually, as funny as this must sound, I even have a practice to where I check my emotion every 3 hours, especially during this jog. And I should be done in the next 6.5 hours, shall I say, because I got to go. I've got my beautiful job to go to today. I eat it today. So yes, I should be done. That's if I do not run into anybody and I start running my mouth, because usually during this run, people see me everywhere, so I have to stop and talk. And as during this meditative jog, sometimes 2 hours is running my mouth, because I get to just debate about a lot of things and talk to people. And it's almost amazing, because you realize that there's not much of a similarities with everybody. I got to speak with professors. I mean, you just name it. It's so funny. I met a young man the other day, and we started talking about philosophy, the books we've read. Marcos, what is it? He wanted me to read another book. So it's just like pure debate, spirituality. So those are the type of people that I've been meeting when I'm running. So we just sit down and debate which book. Just talk about a lot of things. So hopefully today it won't be the case, but if it is, I'm going to embrace it, because I'm always looking to learn every single day. Well, what can I say? Except gratitude. Gratitude as I continue this journey this morning. Let me just say happy. It is Wednesday, I can't believe it. It's actually Wednesday already. It's almost the weekend. So yes, happy Wednesday. And get out there. Is it summertime? Yeah, I think it looks like it. Happy Wednesday and my Uncle Richard. One love.